Hello pig breakers and sheep punchers, this is JuryDutySummons, and today I want to show you guys how to use piston-based memory, or typically called punchcard memory. So first of all, you need something like this. This is just a ring of cloth, and this is going to be the basis for the memory. Right now there's nothing written to the memory, so it's just kind of a blank slate. Alright, so let me add the pistons here. I've kind of pre-put positioning there so I can, oops. There we go. So the pistons need to come in at the corners like this. Let's see, do I just a second. Alright. And let me take out, let's say, that one and that one. Okay. It has to do, the reason why is it has to do with the way we're going to hook the driving circuit to it. Time, day. Alright. Ah, freaking nighttime. Got harassed last time I did that. Okay, let's bring some magic over here. So I'm going to get rid of this block so I can make it easier to hook into. And let's say we'll add a block right there, and that's fine. Okay, so we need to bring that out. We need to bring a ladder to here. There we go. That gets the circuit from this side to there, because these are going to, what's going to happen is these corners are going to fire at the same time. So basically what will happen is this corner and that corner will push at the same time. And so this column of cloth will go up one, and this column of cloth will go down one. And so then the blank spots, the empty spots, will be there and there. After that, then these pistons in this corner and the piston up in this corner will fire at the same time. So it'll cause the whole thing to go in a circle rather quickly. At least that's the idea. So let's get this wired up. And there we go. There we go. I think I gotta go like that. I think that'll work. Okay. So let's draw these over this direction here. So we're not gonna be using that one right now, but that is an option, an alternative. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go with a repeater just right about here. That should do it. I wonder if that's far enough. Let's go with a torch here and see what happens. Oops. Yep, doesn't quite go. So I'm going to end up needing 2 repeaters. So let's make sure these both fire at the same time. Good, good, good. So that's enough current to go there. You can use repeaters in this. You have to be careful to make sure both sides have the same number of repeaters. Otherwise you end up with problems. So let's turn that off. Okay. And we need to bring this one. Let's do that just a little bit different. I want to get that repeater as close as possible to the circuit there. So there we go. Alright, so those 2 in the corner should fire simultaneously, and let's check that to make sure. So there we go. Both of those do fire at the same time. Great. Let's turn that off. I like to have one block in the circuit as a reference point, this is the start of everything. And that helps both with programming later on and making sure everything is working properly. So let's try that. Well, it's clearly not functioning properly. I wonder why that is. Okay, the delay is the same on those. Oh, of course. We don't have two repeaters there. So that's what happens. You don't have the same number of repeaters. Okay, let's try that now. All right, perfect. Look at that. It's working exactly the way it should. So you can see that red one's moving along just fine. Okay, let's go shut this off. Okay, so what do you do with something like this? What is this useful for? Okay, so what we're going to this right here will store information for you. So the way you do that, let me add the reader in here. And so that right there, and then torch. So we have a torch right there. Yep. Okay. So we have power through there. Okay, and so this is just a blank slate, like I said, right now. So this is always going to be on no matter what's there. So let's replace some of these blocks with actual information, with switches. And to do that, we need something that the current cannot pass through. So a good choice on this is glass. Right there. So I think that's good. Let's turn this back on, take a look. So as the glass passes by, you can see how the circuit turns off for an extended time. It does kind of flicker each time it moves, but that's okay. Although it is kind of flickering, it's not actually turning off. So let's put an output there. So there we go. That's how you build a very, very basic memory. So what I'm going to do now is show you something you can actually do with it. And so one thing you can do is you can have memory like that drive the various elements on a piston display, or even just a regular display. I like piston display, so I'm building one of those. So let's turn this off. And so we're going to build basically the same thing over there, except it's going to be a little bit bigger. So we'll do that. I want it lifted up just a little bit here. So it's going to be 7 wide. Since we have 7 different elements in our display, I need 7 different memory units. So 1 memory unit per element. I like this to be high enough that you can walk underneath. I find that to be helpful. All right, and let's see here. Let's build a ring of memory just to start off with. Can't remember how big I need this to be. And then let's say that one's out and that one's out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. A memory unit this size is about as small as you can make it, but it gives you 10 blocks, so 10 different bytes of memory, and that will allow us to go through the whole series of number, 1 through 10 on that unit over there. So what I need to do now is build this out. Ta-da. So, I'm running out of cloth, so let's do some oh no, he cheated. Yeah. This is my cheating world, so it's okay. Alright, and since I am going to be doing the pistons, let's see here. So this piston is going to need to be above. So let me put something up here so we can do that. There we go. Oh, time day again. Alright. So this will give us a place to put our redstone and a place to attach the pistons to. So we got those two. Now we need some on the sides. So we'll just go one out, get rid of that one. Oh, whoops. Let's go underneath and do it. There you go. Sometimes getting the angle of these things is kind of funny. You may even have to get rid of some of the cloth to get to the proper angle. That's okay. Oh, looks like we're going to have to do exactly that. But that's okay. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to replace this with yellow wool. We're going to use this as our 0 marker, like that red wool over there. This will tell us essentially what this will do is it'll be kind of a reference point. This will help tell us and tell us if any of the rows are not spinning. So that'll definitely guarantee that. Okay. Yep, I think we're good there. How are we going to do this next part? Let's build it over here. So we need the memory unit, so the way to build that. Where's my sticky pistons? There we go. There we go. So this one is essentially going to come around to cause that one to extend. And it's going to be used to drive one of the rows. These need to be 2. In one of the more recent updates, pistons will lose whatever they're holding if it goes too fast. I wish it wasn't that way. It's really annoying. And it was intentional too, so it's a little disappointing. Okay, so how are we going to do this? What's a good way of doing this? Let's see. For reasons I don't necessarily want to get into right now, I don't necessarily want to go to the sides. So let's see if we can do this all from within. So we need to go up and over all the way to here. This is going to be interesting. So we could do that. It doesn't really matter how much junk you have around the cloth. You can, as long as you can get to what you need to, you're fine. Boy, that's going to be really far distance. I don't know if it can make it. Let's do this. That way the repeater is as close to this one as we can. So I think that might be enough. But let's see. Okay, let's get this other one wired up first before I do that.
So,
all right, I'm going to put a torch here. So if that fired off. Oh, it wasn't quite enough. Drats. All right, that means we're just going to have to get creative on how we do this. All right, I'm going to pause for just 1 second. Okay, so I've gotten this one finished here. I had to kind of do a jag around there. The problem that we were having was that both of these were not firing at the same time. And so what I have here is this, you can pull current out of a block like that. And so up to here, there's one right there for this side and only one for this side. So those will fire simultaneously. So that's what we're going for. All right, to get this underneath part here, let's do that now. I don't know, do I want to do it like that? Yeah, that's fine. Ain't no matter. Being able to actually place blocks is nice. Let's go here, time, day. There we go. So we can get away with that because those are all one delay. We should have the current should be able to make it all the way to there. So that should work. Let me turn this off and we'll give this a try. Yep. That functionally powers all of them. So the next thing is we need to get to this one so it fires at the same time. So let's try that. Ooh. That should do it. That should be fine. That won't be fine though. How am I running out of stone? There we go. Oops. Let's see. Don't know if this is going to be far enough. Oh, bummer. It doesn't go all the way. See that? Oh, well. That's not a big deal. We can fix that. Just have to think about how. Nope, that don't work. Since I don't actually want to go out that direction, we'll have to go this direction here. So we're going to get just a little creative here. Oops. Oh, that could be a little... Oh, dang it. Alright, I'm going to pause the video here, figure this out, and I'll show you what I do. Okay, here's what I figured out, or what I did. So let's get rid of that there. So what I have is, I moved essentially this one back just a little bit. That allowed me to be one higher up here, and so I just went across right over there and connected in. And as you can see, all the pistons fire. And that means we're using one repeater for this side and one repeater down there. So all four sides, we're just using one repeater. That means the timing is going to be perfect. So let me fix this little thing here. There we go. And we'll put a clock there. Oh my goodness, it is a thing of beauty. Look at that. So now the next step is to actually program it. So let's turn this off. Okay, so we can actually build one of those switches I have over there. So let's do that now. Oh, wait. Yeah, not the right place. Crap. Actually, it makes it slightly more complicated than I thought it was going to be at first. I won't worry about it right now. I can still put one in, but it's not a... It's just going to have to be in a different place. Anywho, let's see. So the next step here is to build the reading unit for all this. And so we're going to do it like this. And a torch, and then the repeaters are going to face that direction. Oops. And as I showed in another video, the repeaters are necessary at least on one side to pass the current through a block properly. So there we go. We got current through there. So we go, current's passing through properly. And in order to get, there we go, get the repeaters where we need them here. There we go, now I can put the cloth back. This is the punch card is not currently programmed yet, so this is why you program the punch card after you get everything finished, because you end up needing to poke holes in it. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to pull this off. So that works okay. Oops, that's not what I want to do. So you actually do something like that too. So every other one will use that redstone here. Let's So let's get some more stone. Stone. Ta-da. So we need to break these out a bit, otherwise we're not going to have any way to access this current. There we go. Oops. There we go. Like I said before, it's kind of hard to get that angle properly. Okay, good. We got it. Okay, so next thing we got to talk about here is how to connect this to make this information usable here. And so if we think about these as being numbered from 1 to 10, so we can even do that now. Some signs. So put that 1, 2, 3. 7. Okay. All right, so if we think about this display here, each one of these segments is its own element that needs to be controlled. And so the typical way of numbering it, which I've been told is the way that they do it in electronics, is you start at the top and you work your way clockwise, and then you go to the middle as number 7. Okay? And so that would be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 in the middle. And so since we're looking at it from this point of view, the reverse of that is counterclockwise. So here's how I have all these numbered for us already. So this is the top one, so this has got to go to 1. Oops, let's not do quite like that. So there we go. And that's the trick here, is we just got to have we just got to get these wires to each one of the appropriate spaces it needs to go to. Or if you clear out these blocks right here, it can always help some. There we go. That's 1, 2. Let's go with 3. Oh, by the way, I since I wanted to compact everything a bit, I came up with a new method of connecting these in. So if you watch my 7-segment display video, this is a little bit different than it was before. And so right there, I'm taking advantage of the fact that the redstone can pass through that block right there. So there we go. All right, 3 is an upper. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Okay, in any event, I'm going to wire these up, and I'll show you what happens when I'm finished wiring it, what it looks like. It's going to be a bit of a rat nest, but, that's okay. Hello, everybody! After laboring intensively for minutes on end, I have finally wired this up. As you can see, all I basically did was send the appropriate channel, the appropriate column, to the appropriate signal here. So this is 1, 2, 3, etc., and we just wired right to. One little trick you can do is if sometimes they have to cross, you can use these guys right here to prevent them from crossing, from the signals from getting crossed. And don't worry about going down if you have to. You can always do that. Not a problem. Although I could have just stayed above. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Screw that! There we go. There we go. That way none of it has to go down. You could, you can go down or up or whatever you want to do. I kind of wanted to keep all the wiring within the edges of these blocks right here. So that way, if I wanted to build, if I need to build more of this, they can get much closer to each other. Okay, I also added this thing. This is just temporary, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. This can be taken out anytime, or even just, if I wanted to be spiffy, I could just put overwards. Over, above, something or other. And, oh, one more thing I added. I did some testing off camera just to make sure it worked, and I didn't look like an idiot. And I found that occasionally it would spit out a row of cloth in this direction. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But, you know, an easy way to fix that is a bit of obsidian, because the pistons will not push obsidian. And so even if it misfires and wants to spit out some obsidian or some cloth, it won't do it. So that's a good tip right there. All right, so I also copied these signs up here so we can kind of make this a little easier to program. Let me bring this forward one more here. There we go. So we're going to start here. And we're going to program it 1. We're going to program this row as 1. So I'll show you how to program this. And since we know that the way that these are going to work, let's go in front of here. So if I want it to look like a 1, I would need either 2 and 3 to be on, or 1 and 5. Let's go with 2 and 3. I think that's probably better on the right-hand side. I think that's about consistent. So I have some glass. There we go. Put this in my inventory as well, so in case I need to fix something. Oops. More. There we go. So 1 and 2 need to be glass, so we'll do that. There we go. Alright, if I want to make a 2, so we'll put 2 here, so we'll do, so we 1, 2, skip the 3, 4, 5. And let's see what that looks like. I guess we need that middle part, huh? And then 7 is the middle. It's always good to work this out, you know, ahead of time on like paper, but screw it, we'll do it live. Alright, and then the reason why this is here is so while we're programming it, we can cycle this forward a couple. There we go. Oh, and the way the switch works is it just it powers a piston here. Let me get rid of that. Dang it. Time. Day. Alright, so this piston right here drives this down into that spot. Right there. That piston will complete the circuit and allow this to start moving again. So the electricity will allow it to go through here and through to here. So it'll go forward. So it'll cause the cycle to start. There's another switch here to start it as well, so either switch will work. This is just so it makes programming easier, since that's what we're doing right now. Alright, and so on 3, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. One, 2, 3, 4, and 7. I think that's right. Yeah, good enough. 4, we want 2, 3. So, yeah, so we'll go 2 and 3 first. Oh. Rats! What have I done? Okay, now we're better. Okay, so 2 and 3, and that would be 4, 5. 2, 3 is 6 and 7. Okay, that'll work. Because 6 is going to be the that vertical on the left-hand side, and 7 is that cross part. So we got 4 done. Let's go 2 more here. So we're looking at 5 or 6. You know, we might as well. I don't want to have you guys sit here and wait while I program this, but so let's just turn this on and see how it works. A little bit of weird misfiring there. 2, 3, 4. Cool. So those numbers work good. Although I think we messed up 1. Come on, where is it? Yep, there's my 1. That's a good one right there. Oh, boy. Never said the programming was quick. Okay, I think that'll work now. So you can program really any sequence of numbers you want. But for the future application of building a clock, what we'll need is a 1 through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there you go. It's working pretty good. I like that. I'm happy with that. So there you go. Any questions on this? Just let me know. You can kind of see how this works with these different cloth pieces, what they represent. And they're active when they get to this row right here, by the way. In case you didn't notice already. There you go. Cool, huh? Alright. Have a nice evening, everybody.